Sovereign silhouette, the emblem of Amazonia. From the azure embrace of the Atlantic reflecting from the Ambers Bay, the iconic Fako Mountain ascends with a silent, stoic grace, carving a silhouette against the sky. This towering sentinel is more than a geographical marvel. It is the heart of southern Cameroons, the stoic guardian of Amazonia, a symbol steadfast as the unyielding spirit manifests in the unity of the land's 13th counties. Encircling this earthen spire, a dove of peace edges its arc, untouched and serene. As it soars with wings unfurled, it casts shadows upon the land, each feather a brushstroke of tranquility. Against the canvas of the heavens, 13 stars glimmer, the celestial acknowledgement of each county's shared dreams and harmonious virtues. The dove, in its eternal flight, is not merely a bird, but an embodiment of the collective longing for a peaceful existence under a shared identity. Beneath the mountain top, firmly grounded in the richness of the earth, twin elephant tusks rise as natural monuments. Their arcs, regal and commanding, capture the noble essence of the land spirit animals. This emblem, this seal of Amazonia, is no mere insignia. It is the beacon that illuminates the path to shared prosperity. It is an oasis of unity in a world parched by discord, a visual whisper of a nation's promise, echoing across generations. Every curve, every symbol within the emblem tells the story of Southern Cameroons, an epic scripted by the enduring strength and unity of its communities. Each page imbued with the hopes and enduring spirit of its people. Sovereign silhouette, the emblem of Amazonia.
Greetings to the people of Amazonia. It is our pleasure this morning or this hour, this evening, especially in Amazonia, to bring to you another exciting program on our ABC Amba TV station. Remember, ABC Amba TV station is the television of the people and of the government of the Federal Republic of Amazonia, where we endeavor to bring you nothing but the truth and, of course, good news. The ABC Amba TV is meant to bring to you a lot of information that sometimes passes by without you knowing. And so today, we are starting up another program of much interest called Echoes from Homefront. Echoes from Homefront will entitle us bringing to you some educational, very educative information and other issues that are being carried out or being done or being said or being strategized at the home front. And because of the limitation of what the enemy is doing, they have no means of transmitting such echoes of importance to the people of Amazonia. Remember that in a revolution, in a struggle like this, everybody's statement or word counts. It counts in different quarters. And so I've overheard some people saying, oh, stop talking about when we get to Boya, this and that will be done and this and that. Let's focus and get the people out of our land before we get to that. Your advice counts, but sir, you are wrong in one way, but you are not totally wrong. You are wrong in one way, in the sense that there are people who have different gifts, and these gifts are meant to build the whole Amazonia. So if we drop educating people, if we drop having plans of administration, if you drop thinking of what and planning for what we have to do when we get into our homeland, and we focus on one thing, and of course that one thing, not everybody is thinking in that way. At the end of the day, it will be one-sided. So I would think that the best thing to do is, since we have the opportunity to educate the people, to inform the people, to correct the people, to instruct the people, and there are people who will be fitting into these different aspects of government and governance when we get into our land, it is better to start training them now, talking about it now. Except you are fighting a battle that you don't know the end results. We, the Amazonian people, because we have trusted that this is a God staged battle and he is fighting for us, our getting to Amazonia is very sure. And if we are getting to if our getting to Amazonia is very sure, please allow us at this point and at this time to start educating the Amazonians who are willing to get into our homeland and willing to build Amazonia the way that it was before, and even more because of the advancement and technology that we have now. Then allow some of us who have been in the past, saw the glory of Amazonia in the past, and now looking forward to a glorious, better Amazonia in the future, to start giving some of these ideas and some of these instructions so that Amazonia can become what we all are anticipating for it to be tomorrow for our people and for our children's children. So I just want to bring this introduction that every week by this hour, 5 p.m. in, well, is it 5 p.m. in Ambaland? Let me see. Yeah, it would be about every day, yeah, from 5 p.m. to 5:45 in Ambaland. We shall be bringing to you echoes from the home front. And as I said, we will be reading articles of interest, articles of building, articles of information from the writers and from the people at the home front who want to help us build our land. Because they are at home front, they are handicapped. So please, giving you that opportunity, you can see our programs contact number, WhatsApp number on the screen. If you have an important issue that you want the Amazonian people to know, please send it to us through this WhatsApp, and we will be able to pass it to the generality of the people of Ambazonia who have our TV station, our media as their point of information. But be very cautious and understand that we will not read anything on this media that is contrary to the vision and the norms of the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Remember, we have graduated, accelerated last year, 2023, and we are no more interim. We are now a full government. And as a full government, we need to bring in every instrument that is meant to build Ambazonia. All the branches and all that is required for a place or for a nation or for a people to become a government, we already have it in place. And so on this particular program, we shall be bringing to you most of the things that are being said, maybe in the cabinet or maybe in different departments, and you are not opportune to be a part of that department. You will hear it on our echoes from the home front. And particularly, we want you to tune into this program, and we want you to invite a lot of Ambazonians, in fact, share it to them so that they can be abreast with what the government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia is doing. And I will start today by taking us a little bit back to some write-up from Homefront, which I had received last year, but this program was not yet there. So since this is a year of stability and a year of focus, we want to focus on what our people are saying from Homefront. And so I will be reading, maybe without much interpretations, but I'll just be reading what our people at the Homefront are saying concerning what is going on. And here I have an article, very, very important article, with a number of things that are said inside. I will be reading the article directly, and then from that article, I will go on to read another thought from the home front and what they are thinking and what they are seeing as far as the distractors and contractors are concerned, so that we can really, really focus and again be stable in what was announced. Now, we shall be coming in with some other Ambazonians to again pick out a few sayings from the president's speech, which is still very fresh, and we shall repeat it in our history, because this is history that Ambazonia is actually making. And so today, on Echoes from the Home Front, I will read a paper that is here in my hands. The paper says, Introduction, Recognitions. Southern Cameroons, formerly known as British Southern Cameroons and presently known as Ambazonia, is a resource-rich nation in West Africa, bordered to the west by the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to the east by the Republic of Cameroon, French Cameroon. Its surface area is about 43,000 square kilometers and has a population of more than 8 million inhabitants. It is sometimes referred to and known in international cycles as Anglophone Cameroon, or the English Cameroon, or the English-speaking territory of Cameroon, because of its 61 years of annexation and colonization by French Cameroon, following a UN-led botched the colonization process that took place in 1961. Now, I will be reading just the grammar as it is, and if you have any questions, please, the comment section is there. Our phone number is there. You know, you can call, and then we will endeavor to give you an answer to some of the things that, or if you want to make a comment, we will be there to give you the opportunity to make that comment. All right, let's go. Southern Cameroon was part of the German colony until 1916, after Germany lost the First World War. It was made a League of Nations protectorate by the victors of World War I. When the League of Nations was changed to the UNO, United Nations Organization, Southern Cameroon was named the Trust Territory of the Cameroons under the British administration. Southern Cameroon was administered jointly with Nigeria by the British, but unfortunately, the British failed to fulfill her UN prescribed mandate, which was to prepare the people of Southern Cameroon for the unconditional independence and self-governance as prescribed by the following UN articles and resolutions. 1. UN Resolution 63 of December 13, 1946. 2. UN Article 76B, UN Resolution 1514 of 14 December 1960, and UN Resolution 1608, paragraph 15. Paragraph 15, article, I don't know how to call those their names, of April 21, 1961. So we know Resolution 16, we know all the small articles that are attached to it that actually makes it what it's supposed to be. Anyway, I said I'm going to be reading. Instead of a plebiscite, a plebiscite was organized by the UN on February 11, 1961, putting the following two options to the people of Southern Cameroon: either achieve independence by joining the Republic of Cameroon, aka French Cameroon, which had achieved independence on January 1st, 1960. That is why this January 1st, a number of Ambazonians shouted to La Republic of Cameroon, Happy New Year, Happy January, Happy Independence Day, instead of just telling them Bon Année, as they normally hide it. I asked a number of Cameroonians, let me not exaggerate, just two of them, and I asked one Ambazonian, when was the Independence Day of La Republic of Cameroon? In fact, one of them is 30-something years old, the other one is 30 years. All of them, none of them knew when La Republic had its independence. They were quoting 20th May. What a sad story that these people have been able to hide their independence till today. But we'll revoke it. We'll revoke it. People will know. I want to know why they're hiding it. So let's go. Or B, to achieve independence by joining the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which had achieved its independence on the 1st of October 1960. The third option of complete and unconditional independence was not put forward by the United Nations organized plebiscite. Why did they not put it out? We don't know. The ineffective federation that was stitched, hoping to bring two states of equal status, that is Southern Cameroon and Republic of Cameroon, as a result of the 1961 choice of the option to achieve independence by joining French Cameroon, was later manipulated and exacerbated when the then president of the Republic of Cameroon, Amadou Ahidjo, organized a fake referendum in 1972, where the people The peoples of both states had to vote to decide the fate of Southern Cameroons, aimed at changing the federation to a unitary state. French Cameroon used its 80% majority population to fix the vote to its favor, forming what was known as the United Republic of Cameroon. Further frustrating the aspiration of the people of Southern Cameroon to describe their collective destiny once more. President Paul Biya of the Republic of Cameroon technically unilaterally withdrew from the fake unitary state set up by Decree number 84-00 of February 4, 1984, renaming his country to the Republic of Cameroon as it was named when it achieved its independence on January 1st, 1960. This is from Homefront. So I'm reading all the grammar that is put in there. The main root cause of Southern Cameroon's problem is the non-implementation of the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 1608 of 1961, aimed at granting independence to Israel United Nations Category B territories, of which British Southern Cameroons and French Cameroons were amongst and were equal in status. French Cameroons later got her independence, but British Southern Cameroons did not achieve her independence, but was instead forced to join French Cameroons, a tragedy that led to the annexation and colonization by the latter. It is worth noting that in the 99th plenary meeting of the United Nations General Assembly of April 21, 1961, resulting in United Nations General Assembly Resolution 1608, 64 countries, including the United States of America, voted in favor of the independence of Southern Cameroon, which was to take effect on October 1st, 1961. 23 countries voted against, notably the Republic of Cameroon and France, France were two of them, and there were 10 abstentions. Despite the overwhelming vote for the independence of Southern Cameroon and the procedure to make it effective, that independence was never facilitated according to international law. That is why we commemorate this day, 1st October, every year as our Independence Day. As of today, there is no union agreement or treaty of union signed by both states and deposited at the United Nations Secretariat as was required by the United Nations Article 102, paragraph 1. Therefore, every unequal and inequitable interaction with the Republic of Cameroon since 1961 has been contrary to the law, to international law. The problems of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia that have resulted in the present conflict or war, is no more conflict now, or genocide, are the direct consequences of the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian problems explained above. They include, but not limited to: 1. A complete annexation and colonization of the territory of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia by the French-backed regime of the Republic of Cameroon and the subjugation, marginalization of our people. B. Exploitation and plundering of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia natural resources by the Republic of Cameroon 61 years old regime, now 62 or 63. Yeah, 62 years old regime right now. I said this was written last year, and we didn't have this program to bring it to us. So I'm reading it as if it was last year. C. Lack of infrastructural development of Southern Cameroon's territory. D. Appointing and assigning French-speaking administrators to govern in predominantly English-speaking Southern Cameroonian Ambazonian territory. I know some people will say that we have long passed that. Yes, sir, we have long passed that. But this article, I promise to bring it to us as we get into our stability and focus this year, 2024. Remember, this is an article for last year, and it still has some things that are very important for us to hear and hear again. E. Ignoring the distinct jurial culture of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, which is the common law system, and appointing French-speaking judges to predominantly English-speaking Southern Cameroon's courts, charging them to decide verdicts of cases in a language they barely understand. F. Assigning French-speaking teachers who barely understand the English language to teach students in the Southern Cameroon's Ambazonian territory, etc. Now, as I said, after more than 55 years of seeking a peaceful resolution of these decades of injustice through legal means at the international level to no avail, the people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, in their millions, decided to start peaceful protests in 2016 all across Ambazonia. These protests were ignited by lawyers and teachers and were later joined by all the civil societies in Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Instead of the Cameroon regime addressing the grievances, they unleashed their military with instructions to shoot and kill. Thousands of peaceful protesting Ambazonians were massacred using helicopter gunships on September 22nd, 2017. Leaders of civil societies and thousands of Ambazonians were arrested and locked up without trial. On October 1st, 2017, the leader of Ambazonia responded to the aspiration and overwhelmingly desire of the people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia by declaring and restoring of the independence of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia that took place on the 1st of October 1961. On November 30th, 2017, Dictator Paul Biya of the Republic of Cameroon declared war on the people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. I said I wasn't going to make much commentary, but I want to let us know that there are some of these things that many people do not know. People are saying, oh, Ambazonia, put down your arms. Who declared war? It is very clear here. The person who declared war should call a ceasefire. All right, let's go. This declaration of war led to the ongoing genocide of our people, despite the never again pledge by the international community following the 1994 Rwanda genocide. Our peace-loving people had no choice but to defend themselves using any means available. Presently, the consequence of this war perpetrated by the regime of Dictator Paul Biya using his genocidal military is as follows. More than 50,000 Ambazonians, let me put it in today's language, more than 55,000 Ambazonians have been massacred. More than 500 villages and settlements have been burnt in an unprecedented scorched earth policy. More than 1.5 million refugees scattered around the world. They have increased now. Many have died in the desert going to America. More than 1.5 million internally displaced persons, IDPs, are there in La Republic of Cameroon. More than 10,000 Ambazonians jailed, including Ambazonian leaders. More than 10,000 wounded, maimed, and thousands of disappearances, some discovered buried in mass graves. More than 10,000 girls and women raped, and more than 1 million children are out of school. Please, for further information, check out the website www.ambazoniagenocidelibrary.com. Just one word, ambazoniagenocidelibrary.com, for more about the atrocities documented so far. Go to that website, check it out, and you will be amazed. If you are listening for the first time, go to www.ambazoniagenocidelibrary.com. It's one word. Ambazonia Genocide Library, put it as one word.com, and you will see the documented atrocities so far. As the genocidal war rages on, the international community, notably the USA, the UE, except France and other countries like Canada, Switzerland, and Scandinavian countries, have opined that it will be difficult to end this conflict using military means. The Swiss-led process was endorsed by the above countries and put in place as a third-party mediation process where both belligerents can have talks based on the root causes aimed at achieving a just and lasting peace. Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia subscribed to the Swiss-led process in 2019, but the Republic of Cameroon refused to commit to the process, and last year, that's 2 years ago, 2022, they publicly declared their intentions never to engage in the process, leading to the freezing of the process. Now, remember, this article was meant for last year. So when you say last year, 2022, means that this echo is supposed to have come to us on the in 2023. All right, let's go. The Republic of Cameroon's abandonment of the Swiss-led process leaves us with no other option but to continue our self-defense strategy against the aggressors, while at the same time increasing our diplomatic efforts in the quest for the recognition of our restored nation and admission into the community of nations as the 55th nation in Africa, as declared by our president, and as the 196th nation of the world. And we stand on that, and we still stand on that, that Ambazonia is and will continue to be a nation in Africa. International pressure is necessary to force the genocidal regime of the Republic of Cameroon to stop massacring our people. As we, the people of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, commemorate our national day, we call on the good people of, say, Brazil to join to protest against one of the worst injustices ongoing in the world today. As a free country and an influential member of the United Nations, Brazil can play an important role in stopping this genocide of our people and pave the way for Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia to be recognized as the 196th country of the world. Wow, Brazil, did you hear that? Aha. Aqui ele está falando que o Brasil pode fazer uma geste para que a Amazônia seja reconhecido. All right, it's because I can talk that Brazil. That's why I said that to the Brazilian people who understand a little of English, that's what Amazonians are expecting of them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's remaining a few minutes. There is another article here from Homefront. I don't know. Yeah, time would permit me to read this one. Yeah, they said ground zero contribution. Remember, I told you that echoes from Homefront will be basically just reading what Homefront is writing. And please remember that these people are writing their opinions, which also count in our struggle to free Homefront. And so we should not be too much critical, but we should criticize, yes, of course, but we should correct with all humility and put things in perspective. I know that everybody is zealous at his point and at his part to make sure that the Ambazonian situation of going to Boya is done very fast. And so everybody comes up with his own opinion and with his own idea. But remember that it is a bunch of ideas put together that can take us to where we are. So we're not going to remain in just one basket. And so let me read. The government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia have evolved in leadership, running from the presidency of Barrister Agbobala up to the Tapang Ivo and Mark Barata. From there on, the presidency transitioned to Sisiku Ayuktabe Julius and then to President Sako Samuel. Our government under different leaders have grown from strength to strength for the past 7 years. Congratulations again and again. Remember, I'm reading an article from the Homefront, and sometimes I will be asking the authors of this article, since they are at Homefront, I won't call their names, that's okay. At least Ambazonians have witnessed how power have laboriously changed hands from one leadership to another. We have also seen how our government have been legally baptized in the United States into the acknowledged governing body managing the affairs of our nation, state, and communities. Under the presidency of Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome, we also need to grease and overhaul all the other organs of the government so that they can function properly. Now, let all those detractors, traitors, and La République du Cameroon and La République contractors who have decided to be yapping against our government like lean-headed eagles on cold mountain tops come out and produce a balance sheet on how far they too have gone with managing power from one leadership to another, so that from there Ambazonians can be able to rate their leadership integrity. Well, as I said, I don't want to be interpreting what he's saying. He's calling on all those former leaders that he mentioned over there to come out with a plain sheet, or call it, how do they call it in that they're doing, to show their integrity, how they have led. We on this platform are saying so because empty, lousy people often cover up for their weaknesses by quickly pointing to the faults of others so as to divert attention. For example, one scallywag called, oh, I didn't want to be calling names here, but he has written it. I'm going to read it as it is. One scallywag called Chris Anu made fake promises of firepower and release of Abdul Karim, but no sooner than later he was heard attacking the then interim government under Sako and its leadership, so as to turn away the eyes of our people from all the promises he made and which he couldn't fulfill. These type of detractors are like the wild plantain. I'm sure this guy is a very serious poet. Like the wild plantains eater bird in the dreaded forest. which knows it is full of emptiness, but makes one of the loudest noises in the forest. Some circus clowns who call themselves leaders, stakeholders, and big fours have mummified themselves to the throne of leadership of their almost invisible CPDM colonial groups, like the ancient tomb of King Tatum Kwamu. Tatum Kwamu. This man too must be a historian. I don't know. The Homefront writer. Please keep your history. We shall be using it. They believe sitting there to talk while making ancient tombs of while make them dynamic. You all know that talk is cheap, right? If we hate something, another method to handle such a challenge is to just ignore. But when we attack that which we hate, the obvious conclusion from any keen observer will be that we are jealous. So why can Ambazonians not decide to live side by side like Democrats and Republicans in the United States? In America, it is either you are Democrat or Republican. It doesn't matter who is president. And even President Joe Biden, who is in power now, is not loved by everyone. Some of those who hate his government just snub and ignore his administration while waiting for their terms. No be life na turn by turn. But in Ambazonia, some silly boggers have introduced dog eat dog behavior. Dog eat dog behavior, whereby elimination to them is the ultimate solution. But on the contrary, the unknown author of Desiderata, which was found at St. Paul's Cathedral in Rome, holds otherwise. The author says, "Let's go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence, as far as possible without surrendering. Be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and cleverly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story." Yeah, this Homefront writer, it got into my hands on the 7th of December when our president did sign the wonderful document. Well, we have just 3 minutes to go in our program, and as I said, we want to limit it here. There's another article here. We shall take this on. It's supposed to have been last year, but we shall take this on in our next episode on Echoes from Homefront. Dear friends, it is at this juncture that I would want to end this program today, expecting and hoping that as we get into the program, there are some articles that I have read from Homefront, which were written last year and year before last, and I found them of paramount importance. I'm going to bring them here, and I want to encourage and really ask those our brothers from Homefront to bring us up some educational, and informative articles which will make the people of Amazonia to know here on our platform. And so, with that note, I want to say, God bless the people of Amazonia. And please, the platform is there. Our websites of Amazonia are up. And you know that ABC is your voice. So please get into, bring your contribution to support ABC to continue on the air. With that note, I want to say thank you, all of you, for being here today with us, and may God bless the people of Ambazonia. Thank you once again, and see you when we see you. Bye.
Sovereign silhouette, the emblem of Ambazonia. From the azure embrace of the Atlantic reflecting from the Ambas Bay, the iconic Fako Mountain ascends with a silent, stoic grace, carving a silhouette against the sky. This towering sentinel is more than a geographical marvel. It is the heart of Southern Cameroons, the stoic guardian of Ambazonia, a symbol steadfast as the unyielding spirit manifests